we didn't have our normal November meeting. We were a little busy with the aftermath of the hurricane, and also I think that night was a real bad snowstorm, which hit us just a few nights after the hurricane. And I think, Greenpoint for itself during the hurricane, I think we did pretty well considering what happened to the rest of the city. We did have some minor flooding in some of our flood zones, but overall we handled it pretty well. Actually, I should mention, poor Captain Comar, his car got destroyed by a piece of debris falling off a building. But, little sacrifice he had to make. It's been fixed though, thankfully, but I just thought of throwing that in. Before we go on to the usual, I'm going to have 2 awards to give out tonight for Cop of the Month. It's something we've done here for the last couple of meetings. I think it's great to recognize the work the officers do. They do a thankless job lots of times. Every once in a while something comes up that's really outstanding. This tonight is an example of sometimes police work, good police work is a little bit of luck, being in the right place at the right time, and a little ingenuity. Briefly, on the night of November the 11th, in the middle of the night, these officers worked the midnight shift. Officer Jason Simone and Officer Jess Brzezinski were on routine patrol when they hear outside their window the distant scream of a woman about a block away. They immediately get out to investigate, and they come across a man who is in the process of sexually abusing a woman on the street. The gentleman takes off running. The officers give a foot pursuit and capture him and arrest him. And he gets charged with attempted rape. Very significant, serious crime. These officers did an outstanding job, and we're going to give them this little plaque of appreciation. So on. Jess Brzezinski.
Checking my work.
By the way, this is actually the second time we've had Jeff here for Cop of the Month award. Last time was about a year ago, I'd say. You successfully talked a woman off of jumping off the plastic. So, it was a great job that night, too. And I said, these 2 guys, they work the midnight shift, so when you're home sleeping, these guys are away from their families doing their jobs. So. All right, quick, we'll give our briefing on some of the things that have happened this year. For the precinct itself, crime was up for us this year. We see that sort of spike of about 14%, which was high for us. One of the crimes that significantly, statistically increased for us were the number of burglaries we had. They were up by about, I don't have the exact number in front of me. But we saw a sharp increase in the number of burglaries. Burglaries are one of those things where you get a crew of people sometimes who start doing them. They'll do 10 to 20 burglaries in an area, and it comes down to good police work sometimes leads to an arrest. Throughout the year, we ended up locking individuals up for committing burglaries. We thought we'd solve the problem, then kept on coming back. One of the things I think that kind of attracts this problem to us here is all the new development we're seeing in so many parts of our neighborhood. There's literally new neighborhoods here which didn't exist 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago now, certainly. So that's been a bit of a problem. And again, we mentioned this rape arrest these 2 officers had. The number of rapes this year, I think we had 12 for the year, which for us is very high. That's versus 3 the year before. All 12 of those were individual isolated incidents. They weren't sort of a pattern of things going on and stuff like that. Would have certainly gotten media attention. And some of them, again, a lot of them were known perpetrators to victims, boyfriends, husbands, fathers, and stuff like that, or family things, which are always disturbing. And again, some of them happened 2 or 3 years ago, and they were reported to us during the year, so we take and record them for this year. Shooting-wise, there were 3 people shot in the precinct this year, which of course, 3 people is terrible compared to other parts of Brooklyn. We did really well. We're still one of the safest neighborhoods, certainly in the city, certainly in Brooklyn. Had about 930 felony crimes for the year. Last year, those of you who were here for our first meeting in January, I was able to give sort of a PowerPoint presentation. This meeting comes up a little too fast after New Year's Eve, so we get the chance to do that. I'll try and do that for us in February. give us a rundown of what's going on. Other than that, it's been fairly quiet. We're doing well, you know, crime-wise the last month of December. New Year's Eve was a busy night for us here. Bedford Avenue, North 6th Street was sort of like Bourbon Street on, what is it, Ash Wednesday? No, I can't say.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah, sure. It was pretty busy out there on New Year's Eve. But, so that's kind of all I have really quick for an update. We'll open the floor to questions as we always do, and certainly if you want to speak to us afterwards, we'll do that.
Traffic?
Traffic stuff, you know, sorry, we'll give a quick briefing on traffic issues. Captain Comar, who runs our traffic program, will do that.